What's up, Price Law Nation? This is Mike and CJ here. You were about to say it, weren't you?
I was, yeah. So I was take the breath. I'm like, and then he grabbed it.
He was too slow.
Stole the ball.
Welcome to Price Plow.
So we are going vegan today, and I got some green screen unfriendly ground-based nutrition bags.
I don't know if you can see this or not. Like in post, this might be pulling it out, but whatever. Mike likes that kind of shit too. Also your hat.
This might have too much green.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see in post.
I'll see how good the video editor is. All right, so we just did a vegan protein review, but recently other brands such as Muscle Farm and someone else have been putting out these natural series products, and these guys hit us up. And this is ground-based nutrition, and they were like, whoa, 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 whoa. First off, there's no legal definition for the word natural. That's what everyone's got to realize. Like, and a lot of people are lobbying the FDA to get into that. We didn't get into that at all. But
they didn't say that.
I don't think they did. What do you mean?
When they contacted you, they didn't say that there's no legal definition. What they said was they put it down and said we're more natural than other people.
So they're calling them fake natties.
Yes, they're calling them fake natties.
This is the vegan world of calling out fake natties. So basically what we have here is ground-based nutrition. Nothing here has been synthesized in a lab in China or anything. Everything in this bag is from a plant. Now it's been processed or extracted from a plant, but nothing I think has been synthesized.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to explain that. Like there are. Because I think it's hard for like the average consumer to wrap their mind around, but it's not uncommon in supplements to have ingredients that obviously are synthesized in a lab, because like the amount of just sheer amount of volume and stuff, just because something is found in nature does not mean that was actually derived from nature in your pre-workout.
If you have a cheap multivitamin, you think that vitamin C was squeezed out of an orange? No, it was reacted off of some constituent atoms in a Chinese lab where they probably dumped the toxic waste into the river after that, and that's why it's done in China.
I think something else snuck out there. Okay.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, this is not that. This is no synthetic stuff going on.
Okay.
It's all been extracted out of a plant.
Got it.
And so that's what this brand is doing. And that goes to their pre-workout. They have an electrolyte product, and they have a vegan superfood protein here that is more than a vegan protein, but pretty much a vegan protein powder.
Can I ask you, like, if it's, okay, obviously the processing or the, whatever we want to call it, I guess, the in the lab stuff has been limited to as little as possible with this. And I'm looking at all these ingredients that I know you're going to get into, but what kills me is how all of these, as a sports nutritionist, I know all of these are carbohydrate sources, and there's only 2 grams of carbs in here, right? So it's like, it's hard for me to understand 2 grams of carbs total with all of these combined, and they're basically like ground up from actual whole foods or whatever. Like, I don't know. Does that make sense?
You're holding the unflavored one, right?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun with
Natural
that. Okay,
unflavored.
yeah, I got 3 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber with vanilla. 3 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber. So they're all fiber sources.
Yeah, they are all fiber sources. But like,
so
do you see what I'm saying? Like, to get 20 grams of protein and only keep it at 2 grams of carbs, how do you pull that off?
So it's a very well-isolated protein powder, which means it is extracted, or it's filtered or processed. So this isn't an unprocessed thing. If you want unprocessed food, you got to go and eat grass outside or something. Like,
I'd like to know how that process works. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like, if you're gonna stand on a hill, and like, look, I'm not hating on you guys, but like, if you're gonna stand on a hill and say, we're like all natural in our way that we put this together and all that stuff, like, I would like a better understanding of what that process looks like, because like, it's me as an idiot about this. Like, I'm ignorant to the process. Like, it's weird for me to think about it.
I'm calling in for a podcast because I can't answer questions of the brand, and I may have misrepresented the brand. Basically, it's ground-based nutrition. Everything has come out of the ground. Everything has been grown. That's the best I can say. After the fact processing is definitely happening here, because you have a protein blend that's providing quite a bit of protein from plants that are typically, like peas aren't pure protein.
Sure.
So pea protein's the first thing. There's a lot of carbohydrates in peas, fiber, and all that.
Right. And I mean,
so
like, I'm seeing spinach,
isolating
broccoli, agave, like that. I mean, it just like goes on and on. Like, but like all of these are what I would say falls within a.
Well, we're gonna have to see how green this really is, and I think the unflavored one would be the one to do that, because if you have 20 grams of protein and then inulin is your fiber, and we only have like 2 grams of fiber here, you're really like, we're looking at small amounts of kale, small amounts of spinach here. I don't think it's a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so
And I'm assuming the fats must be the coconut oils in here. I don't know if you noticed that. I'm seeing like on mine, it's coconut oil, and we got the 1.5.
Yeah,
well, but
the
it's
protein could be providing some. It's a proprietary blend. We don't
Well,
know.
I was gonna say coconut's typically saturated fat, but there's 0 saturated fat.
So it's rounding down. This is less than 0.5 grams.
Okay.
And that's deep on the label. So
Okay.
But here's the one thing. So this protein blend, though, pea protein, organic brown rice protein, that's usually how we see vegan proteins. And that's what we just tried with PE Science's Vegan Select, which was very good chocolate. And we're gonna be holding it to that standard with this one. I love this green screen thing. I hope it's a mess. Anyway, but then after that, have you ever heard of Sachi Inchi protein?
Dude, what? Do you even have to ask that? Of course I haven't fucking heard of Sachi Inchi. Sachi Inchi.
Okay, and so we're gonna leave it up to the commenters to define what Sachi Inchi protein is, because I don't know.
We don't know, and we didn't take the time to look. All right.
Yeah, because that's the honest truth. And then after that, organic cranberry protein, which maybe will add a little bit of zing to it. I don't know. I've never seen cranberry protein in the product either, so maybe that's something coming
I like
up.
cranberries though.
And then a whole bunch of vegetables, and then you have your guar gums, your Arabic gums. You have organic Reb A, which is stevia, and protease. So you have a protein digestive enzyme, a protein breaking down digestive enzyme. So I do like that they have 2 different digestive enzymes in here that are going to help people break down proteins.
Yeah.
Because some people go vegan because they're not good with protein, and maybe they should be like looking into some of these proteases too.
Okay.
And so they're here.
All right. Well, hey guys, I oh, are you still going?
No.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna before we even mix this up, I'm gonna go ahead and call you guys a little bit back out. So I know you're calling out different companies as fake natties, saying like we're the most natural, we're the blah, 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 blah. Except for I don't see you going as far as to tell me the exact milligrams of everything that is in here, like other companies might do on their label. So maybe I think that that's more natural.
Yeah.
At least more transparent.
Yeah, it's a proprietary blend. All right. Do you want to weigh out a whole tub, and then that's not a tub, it's a bag?
Yes, let's weigh out.
Let's weigh out a bag, and so I'm expecting. It depends on the flavor. Which flavor do you want to smell on here?
I want to do the flavor free.
Going unflavored.
Yeah,
for sure.
unflavored.
How much is that?
This is 374 grams. All right,
Let's do it.
All right, let's see here. So we're
Okay, I can see it. I'm starting to rip it, and I already got a little bit of powder busting out here. So.
Oh, you know what? I was messing with it while we were standing there, so I might have like accidentally forced some up in the.
Some up in the top, but it does have the. I like tubs better, but this one does have the Ziploc kind of deal in there.
Sure.
Oh, look at, dude! There's a green scoop. Is that going to be bad on our green screen?
Of course it is.
Oh wait, this is the green screen. Okay, we are looking for 360.
So that's the look of the powder.
This is pure unflavored powder. I can't wait to try this. It's gonna be tough.
Oh man, it smells like dirt.
Look at that, 377 grams. We're on spec. Test number 1 passed, and there's even some like caked up on a wall here. So yeah, we're well over. Okay, whatever. Let's
Do you
get
smell it? It smells like dirt.
It smells like fruity dirt almost.
Fruity dirt?
Yeah.
And this is, remember, this is the unflavored, by the way, guys. All right, let's do a scoop. Oh, I forgot we had another scale.
Yeah, it always goes faster with 2 scales. This stuff seems like it's gonna pack well, so I'm looking for 27 grams. It's probably gonna depend on how much you pack it. Oh wait, you know, it's 2 scoops for a serving. So this is a little bit heavy. I would pack it light because you're gonna end up with 32 grams if you go with this heavy on your 2 scoop serving. So pack it light, unless you wanna run through your bag a little bit faster and lose money.
There you go.
Yeah, something like that. That's probably too low. How's that? 13.5 grams? Too light. All right, well, people can figure it out.
Gingerly scoop. Just. All right, guys. So here we go, man.
CJ, are you ready for some unflavored vegan?
We're starting with that one.
We're
starting with that one. Would you be willing to dry scoop?
It's so dry. I don't think I could it would just get stuck in your mouth.
I dry scooped a greens powder from BPN.
You did, yeah.
You don't think you'd take one for the Price Paul team? It'd be entertaining.
I think I'd make a mess on the floor. I think I'll do a little bit of it. I don't think that I can. Yeah, I'll do half a scoop.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Yes.
Yes. That's just
it smells like what I'm used to with greens.
Right.
Greens powders.
Okay. And then there are greens ingredients in here, so. That's the base we're working on. Now, could you?
Nope. No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. Nope. It gets worse when it sits there, dude. It's.
I've had worse greens powders. Yeah, it gets worse. Okay. I'm not as miserable as you.
Okay. I will be the first one to admit. Obviously, I'm not one that has had a diverse amount of greens powders or vegan proteins. So my palate is not used to the, I've had a few, but not a lot. For me, that's the harshest one that I've tried. But again, that's not necessarily saying much.
I don't think, no, they're not telling you to drink this unflavored. I think this is your base if you're making a smoothie with a bunch of bananas and you add some cinnamon and whatever you want to add to it. This is the base. And for that, I think it's acceptable because I'm assuming you're going to want to add something else to this. Now, I'm more interested in chocolate.
Mix 2 scoops in 8 ounces of cold water or your favorite non-dairy beverage such as almond milk for optimal health.
Ooh.
So that sounds to me,
okay.
Half of the recommendation says to mix in cold water. Now, it does say almond milk or something like that, which would be highly recommended if I typically would not say that, but
I don't think almond milk's enough to overpower the unflavored version of this.
But it doesn't say to bake with it or anything
Here's what I'm thinking.
Got to hold you accountable to label.
This is for, there's a subset of the keto dieters out there who are vegan. And so,
yeah. My God, how complicated is your life?
Terrible. And so this is this is what you have to do. You're like, oh, I can't use the berries or the bananas. Then you're doing this, and it's
Does it become is that shit become extremism where people they love just the pain of it? They're like, how complicated can I make my diet? Fuck it, let's go all in.
Yeah.
God damn.
Okay, so yeah, if you're gonna mix this with some bananas and stuff, I think you're gonna be okay. But I want to try the chocolate or the vanilla. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I was mixing this up, the vanilla, I thought smelled horrible. The chocolate smelled wonderful. So
they both look dark. So
that
which
one's green. This is vanilla.
Oh, okay, obviously.
But yeah, it's obviously got some greens in there. There's broccoli powder and stuff.
I'm just not getting over that keto comment. I'm like, let's pick the most carb-heavy diet possible and go keto.
You're drinking nothing but coconut oil the whole time.
God damn.
Oh, see, this one doesn't smell good to me. Tastes better than it smells for me.
Really?
Yeah.
God, that other one's still with me.
This will stick with you. But
God, I can't wait for you to dry scoop it. He committed to it too.
Oh, am I dry scooping the unflavored one?
It's the most noticeable part of there's a grit to it, which is not. I don't have a problem with that.
It's the brown rice. Yeah.
Don't have a problem with that. It's the stevia. Now, I said this on the PE Science one.
Yeah.
Same exact statement. Now, PE Science tasted better, though, than this one, in my opinion.
We didn't have their vanilla. This is vanilla.
Yeah, so I can't compare apples to apples. But, the grit is okay. The texture is okay. The stevia is a little too much for me.
For me, the grit is stuck with me. I need some water with this. I think I would water this down a little bit more. There's a higher dose of brown rice or something that's not thickening it out enough. I have more grit from the brown rice here. Maybe it's the other ones.
Yeah, I don't know why, man. I am more timid to drink this now. I don't.
I like the taste up front. I love it. I don't get stevia.
I don't know. For some reason, I'm not with it. For some reason, 100%. I don't know.
Okay, but now here's the apples to apples comparison with PE Science.
All right, so
chocolate. I think this vanilla could be acceptable to vegans. That's my take. For the
God, this is thick. Look at that.
What happened there?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's coagulating. Let me try to shake it a little bit. Ha! We have some weird, almost like it was setting at the top or something.
That was weird. Looks normal now.
Yeah, I wonder if it sits for a minute or something. If
it's ground base. The cream rises to the top, but there's no cream.
You see how gentle I'm drinking this? This one is my favorite out of the 3, but I still like PE Science better.
Oh,
this actually covered up the stevia way better.
We have the complete opposite. I get a little bit more bitterness on this than the PE Science. I think they're very close to the point where I'm just going to look at the price. And I think we already know where that's going to land, and that's going to be on PE Science's side. But because they're in so many stores on Price Plow that.
Yeah, so it kind of brings us to this point where You know, in the beginning of this, to be fair, something that Mike had mentioned, you know, so we were talking about like what's natural, what constitutes natural, whatever. First of all, I commend this company for what I think going that extra step in the direction of a niche demographic. Like I get
they're
you.
out there, they're passionate, and they have money to do this stuff. So
yeah, I'm totally with you. I think that I also have to speak honestly and from my opinion, and I think comparing it to, like, say, a NutriBio is not really fair, even though they have the natural series. But just because, you know, does NutriBio have very many options for like vegan proteins or anything?
No, they have vegan BCAAs. They have a soy protein. I don't even know if they care about that anymore. But
so we can't really like compare it. It's not really fair. But the PE Science that we just reviewed, we can compare that. I think that's absolutely fair. They have their own vegan-based protein, and this is the big deciding line for me is the fact that I can get 2 pounds of the PE Science for $29, and it's going to cost me for 20 servings of this superfood. What all I could find online was like closer to $60, dude. Now you could get the 14 servings, which is actually what we got, and that's still like, it was like mid-40s to 50.
Wow, okay.
And so it's like
$3 a serving.
Exactly. And now granted, they're not currently right now, the Price Pal does not list any stores that actually is selling this. So I had to go to Google, look at like just the shopping menu or whatever, and those were the averages. It always changes. So like if you're looking right now, maybe it has changed, but as of right now, it's like you got to really justify in your mind, like if you're vegan, how natural do you need to be? Like how much are you willing to spend to be natural, and like is PE Science less natural than this? Like I don't know, dude.
Not that I know of it, but this one has added ingredients like maca root and broccoli and the proteases and stuff, which I think are great ideas. But it's a proprietary blend, so is that worth extra $2 per scoop or whatever to get less than 2 grams of God knows what? To get coconut oil in there when it says 0 grams of fat, so it's obviously less than a half a gram. Well,
and this is what bugs me about pretension, okay? Like,
oh
sorry. Yes. I'm going to go as far as to say, like, look, if you're going to take the route, I get it. Like, there always is premium brands for things. So I'm not, like, I don't say pretentious in the sense that, like, I'm not even meaning that bad. I mean that as you're standing in a position where you're ballsy enough to say, they're not natural, we're natural, right? Okay, I'm hear you. But, like keeping, like, in that case, I think that we now want to know, like, play by play, how much ingredients of what are in there. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you can't afford to say, like, we're more natural and we're better than without actually, like, divulging the amounts of things that are in there.
Right.
You know,
when you see something this expensive, I want to see lab tests. You know, it's legally required to do it. Why not share that with the public? I get it if it's a $20 product. Yeah, you don't want to, like, go through the IT issues or the legal issues of that.
And if there are lab tests that are available and we just don't know about them, we apologize. We will link to that.
Good point.
But we're thinking that there's not. Okay.
Well, usually there's not. I haven't scoured the website or anything. But those are the things I want. We want full transparency, and we want extra information. When we see a 14 scoop thing, or not 14 serving thing, being for over $40. That's quite pricey. We'd like to see more information on all fronts, label, lab test, anything. And so this is coming at a premium price, and compared to other products that are a little bit cheaper that we just reviewed that taste very similar and a little bit better, I don't get the full sales point, although I do appreciate some of the stuff that's in here. It's just like, you know, I can take a digestive enzyme supplement or pill and save the money.
Absolutely, guys. And for fuck's sake, there's a guy that lives in Austin right now that's 112 years old, military veteran, and he drinks whiskey and smokes a cigar every day.
I love that guy.
Yes. So, I don't know. For me, it's not worth it. But hey, if you are one of these pretentious natural nuts out there that can't handle dairy, like, I totally get it. I'm not that crowd. I understand. But we will make sure and have links to that. Right now, it's not available on Price Pal. We'll have a link, so you maybe keep checking in. But also check out the PE Science one as well. And there's other vegan options out there.
Yeah, you know, are we going down this road? If we get enough views, we might go down this road. I'm willing to put on the vegan hat. I think this chocolate's good enough for vegans, but I still think PE Sciences was the best, and that's where the bar is. This has a couple extra ingredients, but I don't know how much.
Yeah,
so
I'm not opposed to it, man. I'll ride this vegan train with you. I'm with it, man. We'll see y'all next time, guys. Subscribe to the channel.
Welcome to Price Pal.